The 2002 Philippine 25 Sentimo coin stands as part of a broader narrative of national identity, economic adaptation, and numismatic development, though often overlooked in daily transactions due to its low face value. This small coin carries with it an extensive historical and cultural significance. The 25 Sentimo denomination traces its roots to the Spanish colonial era, when centavo-based coinage first emerged under the Philippine peso system. As the Philippines transitioned through different administrations from Spanish to American, Japanese occupation, and eventually independence, the value and presence of the 25 centavos Sentimo persisted. The early 2000s, particularly 2002, this denomination was still in active circulation and played an important part in making small-scale purchases, like public transport fares, candies, or small retail items. The 2002-5 Sentimo coin belongs to the Banco Central ng Pilipinas BSP Coin Series, which was introduced in 1995. This series was created in line with the BSP's foundation as the new central bank in 1993, replacing the old Central Bank of the Philippines. This coin series focused on streamlined, modernized designs, incorporating Filipino heroes and symbols of nationhood, while using more affordable metals to save production costs. The coin is circular, has a yellowish golden tone, and is composed of brass-bladed steel, a shift from older materials like copper or bronze to cut minting costs. Juan Luna was more than just a painter. He was a political figure, revolutionary, and a symbol of the Filipinos' intellectual and artistic prowess. Born in 1857, his works, such as Spoliarium, earned acclaim across Europe and were used as powerful metaphors for Filipino oppression and resistance under colonial rule. Featuring Luna on the 25 Sentimo in 2002 reflects the BSP's commitment to honoring cultural and historical heritage, even on smaller coins. 2000 to the Philippines was under the leadership of President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. The economy was grappling with various challenges such as high public debt, inflation concerns, and currency devaluation. The low purchasing power of coins, like the 25 Sentimo, began to raise questions about their viability in daily use. Still, the BSP continued their minting to support small transactions and maintain price accuracy in markets, despite its low value. The 25 Sentimo coin played a crucial role in, however, by the late 2000s and early 2010s, inflation began to diminish its relevance. Many stores began to round off prices, and the 25 Sentimo coin became less visible in day-to-day transactions. Earlier, 25 centavo coins pre-1995 were often made of copper, nickel, or bronze, were larger, and sometimes bore Spanish-American colonial designs, like images of liberty or the Filipino figure with an anvil and volcano. The term Sentimo, from the Spanish centimo, was officially adopted after the Philippines gained independence from the United States in 1946. Prior to this, the term centavo was commonly used under American and Spanish rule. This linguistic shift to Sentimo was part of a larger movement to promote Filipino identity and nationalism. The 25 Sentimo denomination remained in use due to its utility in fractional pricing, especially in the decades when the Philippine peso had higher purchasing power. In the 1960s and 1970s, the coin had real value, but by the 2000s, its role became more symbolic than practical, though it was still minted to uphold monetary accuracy. During the late 1990s and early 2000s, the Philippine peso underwent devaluation due to multiple global and domestic factors, the aftermath of the 1997 Asian financial crisis. As a result, small denomination coins, like the 25 Sentimo, suffered the most in terms of relevance. By 2002, many Filipinos saw these coins as burdensome, often neglected or left unused. This economic condition significantly influenced the public's perception of the coin. The Banco Central ng Pilipinas BSP, which took over monetary responsibility in 1993, prioritized cost-effective minting. The 2002 25 Sentimo was struck using brass-bladed steel. This material was the switch from bronze and nickel to brass-bladed steel started with the BSP Coin Series of 1995. Continuing through 2002, this decision was rooted in budget management for minting and coin circulation. The 2002 25 Sentimo was minted in large quantities, making it a common coin. This was a strategic move by the BSP to support. Despite high mintage, circulation was inconsistent, especially in urban areas where prices no longer used centavos in pricing schemes, choosing Juan Luna for this denomination reflects a cultural emphasis on national consciousness. Luna, alongside José Rizal and Marcelo H. del Pilar, was a prominent member of the propaganda movement, a peaceful effort to reform Spanish colonial rule. His inclusion on the coin sends a message of patriotism and pride, even on low-value currency. It reflects the BSP's role not only in economic stability, but in educating Filipinos about their heritage. 2002. Jeepney fares in urban areas were often structured with values, like Philippine Peso 4.75 or Philippine Peso 5.25, making coins like the 25 Sentimo crucial. They allowed, over time, as fares were rounded and prices increased, these coins became less used in transportation and vending machines. As the 25 Sentimo's practical use declined, many people began to. The result was an artificial scarcity in active circulation, even though millions were minted. 2018, the BSP launched the new generation currency in BSP Coin Series, which excluded the 25 Sentimo coin. This marked the end of an era for this denomination. Coins now start at 1 piso and above, reflecting modern economic conditions. Collectors prize error coins or proof variants. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. The 1997 Philippine 5 piso coin holds a special place in the country's numismatic history. More than just currency, this coin reflects a transition period in Philippine coinage design, political memory, and economic reform. Let's explore its long and meaningful history from concept to circulation and its lasting legacy. The 5 piso coin, released in 1997, is part of the improved Flora and Fauna series, and more importantly, it marked a new era in Philippine currency. It replaced the older 5 piso banknote, reflecting the government's move to make coins more durable and cost-effective. The obverse front side of the 1997 5 piso coin features a portrait of Emilio Aguinaldo, the first president of the Philippines and a revolutionary leader during the Philippine struggle for independence from Spanish rule. The reverse back features the Philippine coat of arms, the year of minting 1997, and the coin's denomination. The inclusion of General Emilio Aguinaldo on the coin was deeply symbolic. He led the revolutionary movement that culminated in the Declaration of Philippine Independence on June 12, 1898. His legacy as a military and political leader made him a fitting figure for national pride and remembrance. The transition from the 5 piso banknote to a coin format was part of Banco Central ng Pilipinas BSP modernization efforts. Coins are generally more durable and cheaper to maintain over time compared to paper currency, which is subject to wear and tear. The 1997 5 piso coin is made of nickel brass, giving it a yellowish hue. This composition was selected for its resilience and distinctive look, allowing it to be easily distinguishable from other denominations in daily use. The coin has a diameter of 27 millimeters and weighs about 7.7 grams. It's a round coin with a reeded edge, which adds both aesthetic appeal and security features. Against counterfeiting, 1997, the Philippines, like many other Asian nations, was on the brink of the Asian financial crisis. Currency designs like the 5 piso coin were introduced at a time of economic uncertainty, making this coin not only a symbol of national identity but also of economic resilience. Although the 5 piso coin's design shifted away from showcasing flora and fauna, its release is still considered part of the final phase of the Flora and Fauna series. Introduced in the 1980s, the series aimed to increase awareness of the Philippines' rich biodiversity. While the 1997 5 piso coin was widely circulated, it wasn't minted for many years. This has made it relatively scarce in high-grade condition today. Collectors seek out these coins, especially those in uncirculated or mint condition, making them increasingly valuable over time. Basic by today's standards, the coin's features like the reeded edge, distinct portrait, and raised lettering helped prevent counterfeiting and misidentification with other coin denominations. After the improved Flora and Fauna series, the BSP introduced a new coin family in 1995 and expanded it in the early 2000s. The 1997 coin bridges these two eras, reflecting both continuity and change in Philippine currency. Prior to 1997, Emilio Aguinaldo was also featured on paper money and stamps. His appearance on the coin further cements his role as one of the most honored national figures. His visage reminds users of the cost of independence and the value of national unity. The 5 piso coin was commonly used in transportation fares, small market purchases, and daily transactions. Its widespread use gave it an intimate place in the lives of ordinary Filipinos during the late 1990s and early 2000s. Exact mintage figures were never publicly confirmed in detail, but numismatists believe the 1997 version had a lower mintage compared to later years, making it more valuable, especially among collectors of the complete coin series. The reverse of the coin includes the old BSP logo before it was updated in the 2010s. This makes the coin a historical marker of the branding and visual identity of the Philippine Central Bank. Although the coin is still considered legal tender, newer coin series have since replaced the 1997 5 Piso in circulation. However, it remains accepted in shops, markets, and some automated machines that haven't been recalibrated for newer coins. Today, the 1997 5 Piso coin is of increasing interest to collectors and coin historians. Its historical significance, unique design, and the fact that it marks a transitional time in Philippine currency make it a sought-after item. The coin is more than just money. It represents Filipino pride, national heroes, and the country's evolution through post-colonial development into modernity. It's a reminder of patriotism, economy, and memory. Collectors often preserve this coin in coin albums or holders. Coins in brilliant uncirculated blue condition, or those still in official coin sets from BSP, command higher market values, sometimes reaching several hundred pesos. As time passes and newer coins dominate circulation, the 19975 Piso becomes a symbol of nostalgia for older generations and a curious artifact for younger Filipinos and collectors abroad. It embodies a piece of history captured in metal, a story of leadership, revolution, and resilience. Conclusion: the 1997 Philippine 5 Piso coin stands not only as legal tender but also as a historical artifact that bridges generations, from Emilio Aguinaldo's legacy to economic changes and central bank reform. This coin tells a long and rich story, whether in the hands of a collector or tucked away in a drawer. It holds a quiet but powerful reminder of Philippine identity and heritage. The 1974 Philippine 1 Piso coin is a striking artifact of numismatic and national significance. It emerged during a transformative era in Philippine history, both economically and politically. Let's explore the journey, symbolism, and historical importance of this coin in detail. 1974, the Philippines was under President Ferdinand Marcos, who had declared martial law in 1972. This period saw sweeping reforms, heavy infrastructure spending, and centralized control. The coinage of the time, including the 1 Piso coin, reflects the nation's attempt at modernization under authoritarian rule. Previously, the 1 Piso denomination existed mainly as paper currency. In the 1970s, to enhance durability and reduce printing costs, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas (BSP) began minting higher denomination coins, including the 1 Piso. The obverse front side of the coin features Dr. Jose Rizal, the national hero of the Philippines. Rizal was a revolutionary intellectual who inspired the Philippine Revolution through his writings, particularly Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo. Inscription: Republica ng Pilipinas, encircles the upper rim. 1974 is prominently displayed at the bottom. Designer's influence: the portrait was crafted to reflect solemn respect, with emphasis on Rizal's strong features and forward gaze. The reverse side shows the official seal of the central bank. BSP adopted in 1949. The seal features 3 stars and the sun, representing Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, an eagle and a lion symbolizing the Philippines, American and Spanish colonial pasts, bearing the inscription Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Denomination 1 Piso is boldly minted to signify the value. The coin was widely circulated and accepted across the archipelago. Its durability and strong visual design made it a favored medium of daily transactions. For many Filipinos, it symbolized economic stability despite political uncertainty. Placing Rizal's image on currency, the Philippine government reaffirmed his unifying role in Filipino identity. It also subtly reminded citizens of nationalistic values during a time of political repression under martial law. In the early 1970s, the Philippine peso experienced fluctuations due to global crises and internal governance challenges. The shift to coinage was partially a cost control strategy amid inflation and devaluation. The 1974 1 Piso coin was part of the English series, but just a few years later, the Ng Bagong Lipunan ABL series was introduced. These coins featured slogans and imagery aligned with Marcos' New Society movement, which aimed to redefine the nation's future, while many 1974 1 Piso coins were minted. Uncirculated or proof versions are now considered collectible. Coins in mint state MS 65 plus can fetch higher prices, depending on market demand and condition. The 1974 1 Piso coin appears in old Filipino films, literature, and stories from the martial law era. It often represents nostalgia for a simpler time or reflects 1970s. In 1976, the Philippines was under the rule of President Ferdinand E. Marcos, who had declared martial law. In 1972, this period was marked by centralized power, strong infrastructure development, and significant nationalistic propaganda. Amid political repression, the government sought to strengthen national pride, and coins like the 1 Piso became part of this messaging. The 1 Piso coin of 1976 belonged to the Angi Bagong Lipunan ABL series, which succeeded the Filipino series. Angi Bagong Lipunan, meaning the New Society, was a political slogan promoted by Marcos. It symbolized reforms and a new direction for the country under his authoritarian regime. Features the left-facing portrait of Jose Rizal, the national hero of the Philippines. Republica ng Pilipinas, Republic of the Philippines. The year 1976 appears at the bottom, designed to reflect patriotism and the country's historical roots. Showcases the official seal of the Central Bank of the Philippines, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, surrounded by the inscription, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. At the bottom, Angi Bagong Lipunan, reinforcing the Marcos administration's New Society campaign. Reform and nationalism. Rizal stood for peaceful resistance and intellectual rebellion, traits that the Marcos government ironically appropriated during an era of martial law. The inclusion of Angi Bagong Lipunan was a strategic move. Marcos wanted every Filipino to carry his political slogan in their pockets. Through coins and currency, the administration reinforced the idea of national transformation, often masking political suppression with symbolic reforms. The 1 Piso coin in 1976 had significant purchasing power, unlike today. For context, could buy a full meal or several basic goods in sari-sari stores. Inflation had not yet significantly devalued the peso, so coins were essential in daily life. Today, the 1976 1 Piso coin is a popular collector's item, especially in brilliant, uncirculated BU or mint state MS condition. Error coins like off-center, strikes, or double dies can fetch higher prices, typically valued from Philippine peso 20 to Philippine peso 300 plus, depending on condition, and even higher internationally among Filipino diaspora collectors. The coin is a time capsule from a turbulent yet formative period in Philippine history. It tells stories. Some believe the coin is made of silver. This is false. It's copper nickel, though its shiny appearance and weight may confuse people. Another myth is that it's very rare. Not quite true, unless in mint condition or bearing an error. The Philippine 1 Piso 1976 coin is more than just currency. It's a symbol of a political era, a piece of Filipino heritage, and a treasured collectible, whether for its historical. During martial law 197 to 1981, President Ferdinand Marcos used national symbols including money to communicate his ideology. The Angi Bagong Lipunan coin series was not just about currency, it was about influence. Coins like the 19761 Piso were deliberately minted with patriotic and state-aligned imagery to remind Filipinos daily of the New Society vision. The repeated use of Jose Rizal's image, a nonviolent reformist who stood for education, nationalism, and justice, was ironic. The government portrayed itself as reformist, yet it suppressed opposition. This contradiction was embedded subtly into everyday life through things like currency. By 1976, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas (BSP) had developed the capability to strike coins locally using equipment acquired in previous years. These coins were machine-pressed using high-pressure dies to ensure durability, as the government wanted coins that would last for years. The result was a well-crafted coin with crisp detail and clear text. In 1976, the Philippine economy was experiencing a mixture of